Hello everyone. In the previous section, I have discussed about the effect of temperature uh, on the conductivity of extrinsic semiconductor material. Now, in this section, I'll be discussing about the Hall effect. What is the statement of Hall effect? What is the significance of Hall effect? And we'll be deriving some mathematical equations that will be helpful in solving the numerical problems related to the Hall effect. Now, Hall effect states that if a specimen carrying a current I is placed in a transverse magnetic field B, an electric field is induced in a direction perpendicular to the both I and B. Let me explore the statement. We have a specimen in which a current is flowing in some direction and that is being placed in a magnetic field in which the direction of the magnetic field is transverse to the current direction. Then what is happening? An electric field is going to be induced inside the semiconductor material inside the specimen, and that the direction of that electric field is perpendicular to the both I and B. With the above statement, here I have drawn a diagram. In that diagram that you can see, we have a specimen which have a dimension L. L is nothing but known as the length of the specimen, W is the width of the specimen, and D is the thickness of the specimen. L, W, D, this is the dimension of the specimen that is having a current I, and this current I is flowing from 3 to 4, that is in the positive X direction, and if this specimen is being placed in a magnetic field, and the direction of the magnetic field here, it is in the Z direction as drawn here. Is it clear? Now, because of this magnetic field and current, there is an electric field is going to be induced, and the direction of this electric field is going to be in the Y direction. This is the statement that this is the diagram that I have drawn as per the earlier statement. Here 1 and 2 represent the bottom as well as the top surface of the specimen. 3 and 4 represent the side surfaces of the specimen. From point 3 the current is entering and point 4 the current is leaving. And the cross sectional area for this current is specified by the W into D. Now this is the basic diagram to explain the statement of the Hall effect. Now, what is the significance of the Hall effect? Suppose you have given a specimen and you do not know that which type of specimen it is. Either it is a metal or it is a semiconductor material. If it is semiconductor material, then which type of semiconductor it is? It is intrinsic or extrinsic, and if it is extrinsic, either it is N type or P type semiconductor material. Using this Hall effect, Hall experiment, we can find the type of specimen, which type of semiconductor material we have, which kind of specimen is given to us. Now, after finding the type of specimen, we can find what is the carrier concentration inside the specimen, कि उसमें carrier concentration कितना है. Carrier concentration मिलने के बाद we can find the mobility of the charge carrier inside the specimen, and we can also find the magnetic field intensity H, because H is directly proportional to B. We know already that magnetic field intensity H is directly proportional to the magnetic flux density. H is directly proportional to B. So using this Hall experiment, we can find all these parameters for an unknown specimen. What is the type? What are the charge carriers? How many charge carriers are there? What are the mobility of the charge carriers? What is the magnetic field intensity of that region? A little bit later we will see that how can we determine the type of the specimen using this Hall experiment. But for this moment, let us consider that we have suppose we have given a P type semiconductor material. This type of specimen is already known, because I am taking this P type semiconductor just to make the calculation quite easier. and you can also do the derivation by considering the n-type semiconductor material. Now we have a p-type semiconductor material in which holes are the majority carrier. All right, this now in this one current is flowing in positive x direction. It means that holes are also moving towards in the positive x direction from point 3 to point 4, and the magnetic field is in the z direction as per the above diagram, Ix into Bz. Now when that p-type semiconductor will be placed in magnetic field, what will happen to the charge carrier? Charge carrier will experience a force because of the magnetic field as well as the electric field that is going to be induced. Now the net charge on a single hole inside the semiconductor, inside this p-type semiconductor material, net force will be equals to this force due to the electric field plus force due to the magnetic field, and force due to the electric field is given by Q into, electric field is being set up in the y direction, Ey plus Q into moment of electron in x direction, Vx cross Bz. Cross is nothing but is representing the vector product of V into Z. This is the net force will be acting on a single hole. ठीक है, when we are placing this specimen in a magnetic field, the net force on a single hole will be equals to Ey minus Q into Ey minus Vx into Bz and will be multiplied by Q. Vx into Bz. Now what is happening basically, जब हमने स्पेसिमेन को मैग्नेटिक फील्ड में प्लेस किया, पी टाइप सेमीकंडक्टर को, होल्स हमारा मूव करना स्टार्ट किया, and because of the magnetic field the path of the hole is going to be deflected, and because of that deflection an electric field is going to set up in y direction. And it is very important that the net force acting on the moving hole must be equal to 0. तो जो हमारा मैग्नेटिक फील्ड की वजह से जो हमारा फोर्स हो रहा है उसको कंपेंसेट करने के लिए हमारी एक इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंड्यूस हुई, एंड द इंड्यूस्ड इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड हमारी Ey इतनी इक्वल होनी चाहिए कि Vx इंटू Bz को कंपेंसेट कर दे, मीन्स Ey मस्ट बी इक्वल्स टू द Vx क्रॉस Bz. तो इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अ होल टू फेस नेट फोर्स इक्वल्स टू 0. F को क्या होना चाहिए, हमारा नेट फोर्स 0 होना चाहिए, सो दैट द स्मूथ मूवमेंट ऑफ होल्स कुड टेक प्लेस फ्रॉम पॉइंट 3 टू पॉइंट 4 as shown in the above diagram. F equals to 0. This electric field Ey must be equals to the Vx into Bz. So Ey must be equals to the Vx into Bz. Now when electric field is being set up here and the magnitude of this Ey is equals to the Vx, the product of Vx and Bz, and because of the electric field there is definitely there will be voltage, and that voltage is being induced between the top surface and the bottom surface. Voltage between 1 and 2 will be equals to, will induced because of this electric field, and thus this will be equals to what, electric field in the y direction Ey into the spacing between the top and the bottom surface, and the spacing is specified by d. The voltage induced will be equals to V12 Ey electric field in the y direction multiplied by the spacing between the top and the bottom surfaces. Now this is the electric field and this is the voltage. Now what is Hall effect? Basically the setting इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ई वाई का इंड्यूस होना ही हमारा क्या है, दिस इज द हॉल इफेक्ट, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट देयर इज सम वोल्टेज इज बीइंग ऑल्सो इंड्यूस्ड, and with the help of the polarity of this voltage we can say that either the specimen is a p type semiconductor or n type semiconductor or metal. If the polarity for n type or metal, the polarity of this voltage, hall voltage, will be equals to will be negative, and the for p type semiconductor it will be equals to the, it will be equal to positive. It will be positive one. This voltage V12 is known as the, we call it as a hall volt. Let me move towards the derivation of some equations that will be helpful in solving the numerical problems. Now what we have here, we have a electric field, induced electric field, that is equals to Ey equals to Vx into Bz. Now we also know that the current density Jx, how can we define this Jx? Jx is, can be defined as, we have p type semiconductor, consider we have considered p type semiconductor material, P into Q into Vx. This is the equation that is already known, this is equation 1. I am writing this equation as equation number 2. Now using these two equations I can write the equation for this electric field. Ey will be equals to Jx divided by P into Q into Bz. Alright. Now further let me modify this equation in this form. 1 by PQ is going to be converted by a constant, that is RH, into Jx into Bz. RH is known as the Hall coefficient, and RH is equals to 1 by P into Q. This is in case of p type semiconductor material. P is nothing but the carrier concentration multiplied by charge, and further I am writing this 1 by PQ product, P into Q product by charge density. This I am writing it as charge density. This charge density rho will be equals to P into Q. This is in case of p type semiconductor material. Carrier concentration multiplied by charge is specified as the charge density. This is the value of electric field that I can that we can determine using this Hall experiment, because this RH is known, Jx and Bz. Using this we can find the how much intensity of the electric field is going to be induced in the specimen. Now the next we can find the carrier concentration. Next the significance, in the second significance that I have written, that we can find the carrier concentration inside the semiconductor, inside the specimen. Now here we can define this carrier concentration. We have considered p type. This p can be written as 1 by Q into RH, 1 by Q into RH. Now this equation can further be modified using the above equations into Jx Bz divided by Q into Ey. What I have done, I have just rearranged the equations. Now Jx is nothing but the current density, B is the magnetic field, Q is the charge, and Ey is the electric field, and that electric field is in the y direction, and the voltage, because the voltage that is being induced in semiconductor between the top and the bottom surface 1 and 2. So let me write this one so that we can calculate the value using the above experiment. Ix divided by W into D, this is the cross sectional area of the current, into Bz divided by Q into Ey, electric field intensity will be equals to V12 divided by D, and I can finally write the carrier concentration that here holds. Here it is P. In case of P, because we have considered the P type semiconductor material, this P will be equals to Ix into Bz divided by W into Q V12. This is the whole concentration. This is the charge carrier concentration inside the P type semiconductor material that we can find, we can easily calculate. Now further, if the resistance measurement is done and that resistance is suppose R is done, that in that case we can find the specific resistivity of the specimen. Suppose that resistivity is specified by here as rho dash, because earlier I have represented rho as a charge density. Here I am specifying the resistivity of that specimen of the semiconductor material is rho dash, and that can be written as R A divided by L. This R into A क्रॉस सेक्शनल एरिया क्या है हमारा W into D divided by L. This is the resistivity. Now what is the resistance? Resistance can be specified for the above diagram because current is flowing from 3 to 4. So voltage across 3 to 4 divided by current, we are familiar that it is Ix into W into D divided by L. Now using this one we can find the resistivity of the given specimen. If the resistivity is known, we can find the conductivity of the specimen. The conductivity is nothing but the reciprocal of the resistivity. Conductivity is equals to rho dash. Now further I have said that we can also find what we have determined. We have determined the which type of specimen based on the polarity of the voltage induced. If it is positive, it is a P type semiconductor. If it is negative, either the specimen is N type or the specimen is metal. Alright, and we have also seen the equation here for the carrier concentration. जब हमें पता चल गया कि हमारा specimen जो हमारा P type या N type है, तो हम using this equation we can find the carrier concentration inside the semiconductor or metal. Further, we can also find the conductivity of the specimen using this resistivity method. And next, if conductivity is known, we can also find the mobility of the charge carriers inside the specimen. And how can you find the mobility here? Basically mobility in this P type semiconductor material is specified as mu P. I can write this is equals to sigma is the conductivity divided by Q into P. Mobility of hole sigma divided, because this is the equation of the conductivity. From there I am writing the equation for the mobility. Now, and earlier we have calculated the resistivity. I can write this conductivity in form of the resistivity 1 by rho dash divided by, I am just modifying this one in terms of the Hall coefficient, Q into 1 by Q into RH. And you can just modify this equation in this equation using the above equations, and this mobility of holes will be equals to RH. RH is the Hall coefficient divided by the resistivity here, divided by the resistivity, RS divided by rho. You can write here RH divided by the specific, sorry, this is the resistivity here, RS divided by the resistivity. Now we have calculated, we have find the type of semiconductor, we have find the carrier concentration, we have calculated the resistivity, and we have calculated the mobility here for the given specimen by considering that we have given a P type semiconductor material. Now all these equations can be repeated for the N type semiconductor material. Just you have to consider in which directions the electrons are moving, because current flows opposite to the direction of electrons. And the second point, whenever you will consider q, because holes are the positive charge, and for deriving the same equation in case of electrons, you have to take this charge as the negative one. So by using these two, by changing these two things, you can repeat the same equation, same derivation for n-type semiconductor material. Now this is the complete Hall effect, that with the statement, with the significance, further with some mathematical derivations, using those derivations you can solve mathematical problems. For any query related to this Hall effect, you can drop your query in comment sections. I'll be happy to clarify that. And thank you so much.